Welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk to you about boundaries, why they're important and why we should have them. But first I want to introduce myself. For those who are relatively new to me, my name is Jen Goodfriend and I am a psychic love and relationship coach. I help successful, soul-centered, driven women find their true soulmate to spend their rest of the life with. So now let's get on to boundaries. So first, what are boundaries? Boundaries are they're the rules that we set up with other people. This could be in a relationship. This can be with loved ones, family, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever it is. It is a set of rules that you set up with people in your life that tell them this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. We should all have boundaries with the people in our lives. If we don't, our life can turn to chaos. So if you're one of those people that find that people walk all over you all the time, people are always asking you for favors even though you really don't want to. They're always asking you to do something. They're always trying to manipulate you, control you, make you feel bad. Those are all personal boundaries being pushed. So what does a boundary look like? So let's look in a romantic situation as an example. So let's say you, I use this one a lot and it's quite funny, but it's very black and white. So let's say you don't like your partner going to the strippers. In your mind, going to the strippers is considered cheating. And I know some women that are on both aspects of the thing. Some are perfectly okay with it, some aren't okay at all. So let's say you're one of those women that is not okay with her partner going to the strippers. And you tell him this from day one. You tell him, I'm not a fan of this. To me, in my mind, I believe this is considered cheating and I don't want you to go. This would be, that would make me feel bad. That would make me not trust you if you were to go something like that. So see, you're setting out a clear boundary. You're telling him what it is you don't like, why you don't like it, and what's going to happen. Like, you don't like this, so you don't want him to do this. This is a violation of your trust if he were to do this. And then you always want to give them a consequence as well. You're not saying, oh, if you do this, I'll do this. It's, you know what, if this happens, I wouldn't trust you, or I would feel like you disrespected me if you went there. So you're giving him a bit of a consequence as well. So he knows if he were to do A, B, or C, this would be the consequence for it. So then let's say, so you've set it out. This is my boundary. I don't want you doing this. This is the consequence. So let's say he goes and does that. And this is the part that's the hardest when it comes to boundaries, and that's the enforcing of the boundaries. So once you've set out a set of rules or a set of expectations with the person you love, and again, this can be boyfriend, family, friends, anybody that you are have contact with, you need to have boundaries with them. So you've set out this boundary, and all of a sudden you find out that your partner has gone to the strippers with his friends. This is the important part. This is when you have to reinforce that boundary. You have to sit them down and say, hey, I told you that I don't believe in this, that to me that is cheating, and yet you went behind my back and you did it anyway. So, and then you need to have a consequence. Either, it depends on how important this boundary is to you. And I guess how important the person is to you. If you really love this person, sometimes you'll give them that second chance. You'll reinforce that boundary. You'll tell them again, this is not acceptable. I do not agree with this. If it's newer in the relationship, sometimes that's a sign that maybe this isn't going to work out. If he's not willing to respect a boundary like that, especially if it's very important to you, is he going to respect the other boundaries that you have set out for him? So this is a great opportunity when these boundaries are pushed or even broken right through to reevaluate your relationship. Is this the relationship I want to be in right now? Is this the relationship I see myself in? Is he the person I see myself with? And then you need to sit down and talk with them. You need to tell them that they did wrong, because if you don't say something, they may not understand. They may not know. So you have to sit down and say, hey, remember I told you I thought this was cheating. You went anyway, so we need to figure out what's going to happen. Are you going to do this again? If you are, then maybe this relationship isn't meant to be. If you promise me right here and now this is never going to happen again, maybe we can make things work. But know that you only get one redo. And that's the thing with these boundaries. We can set these boundaries, but if we're not enforcing them, then it doesn't mean squat. So allowing him maybe to get off once and allowing him to repent and try again can sometimes work. But if this person is always pushing the boundaries, always asking forgiveness, always wanting to, you know, not listen and really not respect your boundaries, which is really not respecting you, then do you truly want this person in your life? Someone who cared about you, someone who loved you and respected you would not constantly be pushing your boundaries, would not constantly be reinforcing these things, would not be trying to step outside of the line all the time. Things do happen though. Sometimes boundaries do get pushed or do get broken, but not always in a mean way. It's just something happens. It's not meant to. They tried not to. Something, you know what, some things happen. Shit happens once in a while. So just know that it's up to you to decide, is this really important? Was this a very strong boundary that really meant a lot that I just can't forgive? Or is this something I can? And then again, is this something they're always pushing my boundaries? Are they always asking forgiveness? Or is this something that happens once in a while and I can let it go? So these are the things that you really got to look at. So when you have strong boundaries, when you've set out what is and isn't acceptable to you, you are setting yourself up for an amazing relationship. Because when those boundaries are there, the person respects you more. And you will find this respect in all of your relationships. Even friendships, if you have friends right now that are always taking advantage of you, they're always asking you for money, always wanting you to spend time with them, doing the things that they want to do, always they're supporting them. Really, I see that as a one-way relationship, and I see this all the time. If one person is the person always giving and the other is always taking, is that really a true friendship? Is that a true relationship or any kind of relationship? Because a true loving relationship between any two people is all about give and take. And again, that is boundaries. What am I willing to accept? How will I let people treat me? What is my consequence to these people if they don't? Because sometimes these people just have to be cut out of our lives. It's hard, I know, but it has to be done, because when you don't have strong boundaries, people will walk all over you. They'll take advantage of you. They will do whatever they want. And even they're going to be energy vampires. They are going to make you feel exhausted. You are going to be so drained and so worn out and just not have time to do the things that you want, because you're always giving in and you're always upset and you're never going to feel fully fulfilled. You're never going to feel fully loved. So if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling like you're always being taken advantage of, if you're feeling like your friendships, your relationships are one-sided, then you need to do this exercise. You need to set strong boundaries. And if the people aren't willing to listen, then they're not truly meant to be in your life. People that can't accept boundaries are people that you don't want around, because they're the type of people that do whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want. And you don't want people like that in your life. So today, sit down and look at your relationships, friends, family, even your loved one if you have one, or past relationships with loved ones. What did your boundaries look like? Were they non-existent? I know I had a lot of relationships where I had like no boundaries whatsoever. They did whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. And I don't want to see that for you. I want to see you find your true love, that person who loves you, respects you, and treats you like the princess you are, who makes you feel like you are the most amazing woman in this world, because every woman deserves that, especially you. So that is today's training. If you have any questions, any comments, anything, post them below and I will make sure to come back and answer everything you have. And if you have any further questions, if you want further trainings, make sure to hit the subscribe button on this YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me, because I'll be releasing weekly videos just like this. You guys have a wonderful day and I will talk with you very soon.